Good evening, everyone. Veno, that had to have been you.
No, that was Brad.
Brad,
The bear
that
fart.
had to have been Brad.
I was helping calibrate.
Oh, I mean, perfect timing. Could have been more perfect timing. Do you guys remember where you were last week? HG, do you remember where you were at this time last week?
Right in the middle of a whole lot of bullshit.
No, we're fine, HG. I mean, yeah, HG, we're fine. We're fine. Just
Yeah, I
keep
got
drinking your coffee.
already. Fended off one Indian. I am, however, out of chips, cards, and almost any other thing to play.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we ever re-upped those last time.
Yeah,
To be
because we were
fair.
still in the same encounter.
Yeah, we were still in the same encounter.
Yeah, I don't think I'm about to get any by any means.
It could have actually
was
been
meaning-
split into two
No, I was meaning-
encounters, but somebody decided to just run the fuck off, and next thing I know, we're going from one encounter right into another one. So, you know, don't
Run
between those
is
encounters,
probably a bit of an exaggeration for HG. Stumble slowly in his own direction is probably closer.
Yeah, so I gotta look real quick on the map here and see. You guys all got the map, right?
We all have our own individual slices of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, man, yay, Unity. Okay, so I see Alonzo. I thought Doc Fong was over there with Alonzo somewhere.
He is 2 up and
There
1
he
left.
is. There he is. Okay.
He fell out. He couldn't. He tried to climb and it didn't work.
All right.
I think he double one it.
No, he just got like a 2 or something.
And Timmons.
Alonzo didn't bring any rope.
Timmons is hanging out with the horses.
Timmons is the only one that went the right direction, accidentally.
All right. So we ended at the top of the round, which begins here.
And by the way, Mark, what I was saying is last session between those two encounters, we never reset chips or adventure cards. Just saying.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because somebody went and wandered into the other encounter right away.
Just
I
saying.
blame me.
Job.
I blame everyone but me and Jingo.
I'll second that.
Drake was
I
just
blame.
deciding that, okay, well, there's shit happening up there. I'm going to take a right, go back to the horses. Timmons, he's
I
like,
still
huh.
blame HG.
No, we were all looking for our way out.
I happened to look over at the map, and I could see this line of sight stuff moving all over the place. And I looked over and thought, what the hell is that? Oh, that's HG. He's run all the way to that side of the map. Oh, hold on. Right there a second. Boom. It was perfect. I couldn't have been more picture perfect. At least from my perspective. We'll see how you guys get through it. So, at the top of the round, HG, do you remember this guy?
Is that the one that got shot in the head real quick by Jeb?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
one Indian. Yeah, one Indian popped out real quick. Jeb shot him for like 7 wounds or something ridiculous.
I think he tossed like bolts on.
Yeah, he shot 3 bolts into this guy.
Okay.
Or something. Just
okay, so you did
trashed him, and then the other one came.
Right.
Well, technically 3 cards, kind of like Gambit. That's how I kind of pictured Jeb with the bolt.
All right, well,
Well,
at the
then he
top of the
can whip the
round,
shit out of me.
top of round 3, we've got Alonso Perez. And I'm going to switch over to the battle map. Yes, indeed.
Oh, and by the way, Marb,
Yeah.
Unity with Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Yeah, see, you're no less sadistic than I am. So what the hell am I doing? I'm
The,
moving.
the,
No, no,
the
no,
difference is his
no, 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 no.
players there purposely go out of their way to separate you from each other.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on hold.
Okay.
I'm going
Let's
to try
see.
to climb up here again.
All right, Doc, give me that agility roll. Oh, you don't have a problem this time, or not a. Yeah, thank you, athletics. Don't forget you got your fear penalty on there, and so you can make it up to there like a decrepit old man, kind of crawling his way up over the edge of this boulder.
Well, I'm going to survey the land and go, I wonder where they all are. Do you see anything, Alonzo?
I thought I did. I heard some things out
I
there
thought I
to the
heard,
east.
yes. I thought I heard gunshots and some kind of large explosion.
Yeah, you've heard gunshots and stuff coming from. Well, I don't know. Were you guys? Alonzo just climbed up here last round.
Yeah,
Timothy threw a
I
stick of dynamite
Yeah,
up in the air.
I think we
Last
heard the
round.
dynamite.
yes. All right. I
Yep.
would like to come off hold now that Doc has made it to the rock.
Okay.
I have to make an agility check versus dead song to interrupt.
Well, I haven't actually ended my turn yet. Can I
Oh,
just
you have it.
say,
Okay.
oh, go right ahead?
There you go.
Then all I want to do is climb down the other side.
Okay. Just a simple athletics roll. No penalties or anything. There is some loose rock and stuff, but oh.
That's not good. I'm going to Benny that.
Okay. Because you
You
are
don't wanna
up here
slide your
about
ass
20
all the way down?
feet.
Zoom!
Whee!
Yeah, all right. So you're able to make it down. You send some rocks kind of skidding and rolling, but you just kind of ride them on down to the bottom. Doc, you made it look pretty
Quite
easy,
dramatic.
actually. All right, so Doc Fong, it is still your turn. You've climbed up here. I don't know if there's anything that you can do or wish to do.
I feel like that probably took all my movement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, can I try to listen to see if I hear any other sounds of battle?
You certainly can. You can give me a perception roll. Right now you hear just this echoing rumble. Have you ever heard thunder rumbling off, or like really loud
Like
explosives?
really far rumbly.
Like those mortars they send up, for Independence Day, July 4th. They just boom. Well, if you ever set those out off over the Gulf of Mexico, it'll just echo forever.
Yeah,
And that's what you
seen
hear.
some. Because I'm right by Lake Erie, so if there's like thunder above there,
Yep.
you get the one where like there's like a 12-second delay, and then it's still like huge rumble.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what you hear from this dynamite, just this rumbling all through this valley. Okay.
That sure sounds like them.
Yep.
All right, so Dead Song continues chanting, and he actually moves away from you, HG.
Yes, I don't get an attack, right? No.
You do not get an attack on Dead Song. And he sometimes he's looking at you, and sometimes he's staring off to his left or to his right, or maybe up in the air. and it's like he's just telling it, almost like he doesn't even know you're there, and he just keeps moving around you in circles. But
He seems corporeal, though, right?
oh yeah, absolutely. You felt him when he's just a old Indian medicine man or drunk or something. You're not quite sure. He's gonna go on hold.
All right, Jim, time to fuck something up here.
Well, if you don't, I will.
You're first. Dad's hug just went on hold, so it should be your turn, and then mine.
Well, it looks like there's some kind of silver-haired ghost hiding in the middle.
Yeah, I can pass one too. Neither of them were on the tracker. I didn't realize that. So it looks like they're both going before us.
Where'd they go, HG? Did you scare them off?
Probably. They saw what I did to their friends.
Yeah, it goes on.
Jeb.
I'm assuming I can still see that one guy.
Yep. The only thing that he's done that's remotely hostile is he's chanting, and he's got this this tauntaun drum, and he's kind of banging on it like this as he's telling this story or whatever it is that he's doing. And occasionally you understand the words he's saying, but you know that it's not English that he's speaking, or Spanish. Of course,
So
Alonzo's
he
not
definitely
there.
tried to do something to me last time.
Well, he bapped you. He kind of bashed you in the arm with his, but it was like this old man kind of tapping you with this. Yeah, he definitely did something, but
Alright, I'm going to approach him and stop up just beside HG, lower my weapon, not holster it or anything, but try to communicate with him. Hello, sir, do you understand us?
so you move forward to there. And he stops chanting, and he looks directly at you. And he opens his mouth. He's going to come off a hold. If you're going to let him.
I hope it smells better than when Jeb does that.
I'm not even going to contest it. I'm just going to let it happen.
All right. As this happens, you guys see the spirit that had the it was somewhat ethereal, with drawn, almost mummified skin that had faded in and out, attacked HG, appears beside the old man, and the old man turns and he's kind of looking at him. And as you get closer, you can see that he's got glassed over eyes. His eyes are like glazed over from cataracts or something. And
the one that's been chanting?
The old man. Yeah.
Okay.
And he says to you, that there's time for fighting to come, but you have aroused. Well, yes, you have aroused Black Wolf and his band. It is not yet their time.
Who's Black Wolf and his gang?
And you see this guy back here behind him kind of fade out. He now again looks more ethereal, Black Wolf, and he says, "Well, you've met Black Wolf and his band."
Perhaps I should have asked who were they.
And he looks over, and the spirit's talking to him again. You can't hear a thing the spirit says. He turns back around and he says, "Let me get over here."
Where is that little piece of information, right?
He says, "Come and sit at the fire." And he turns and he walks back over here.
Hey, HG, why don't we go sit with him for a minute? This
All right.
seems interesting.
All right, so that's your exchange, Jeb Hexman. HG, what are you going to do? You're shaking. Oh, you had no chips, too.
Apparently nothing. Yeah, no, I spent all my chips staying alive. Like, it was rough staying alive that first couple rounds.
HG, for the first time, looks sober, and it almost looks frightening. He, he's not paying attention to you. It's like, he's shook up. He's unable to follow you on his own volition.
Kind of like gently slap him a few times as a free action.
So I guess we'll go to Timmons, who was with the horses
Timmons
off
said,
the map.
"God damn it! How many times I gotta tell these fools not to be messing around with no Indian barrel crafts?" God damn, he's all mad. He's like calming the horses down. They're probably a little startled from a.
Except for Jeb's horse.
Yeah, Jeb's horse is like.
Is Jeb's horse still upright, or he's just kind of like laying on its back, feet straight up in the air? Just.
So I'm gonna find. I mean, is it daytime? What? It ain't no time to be daytime.
It's daytime, but you can't really tell it because of this heavy, thick fog.
Which way is the wind blowing?
I mean, you can tell it's daytime, but there is no sun. Wind's blowing from the west.
Timmons ain't got a plan. He's gonna get out his Winchester off of his horse, and he's just gonna take aim at some shit coming out of that mist.
You're gonna go on
I'm
hold?
not even gonna. No, I'm just. He's nervously anticipating being last again next round.
Black Wolf is still on hold. I'll take him. I'm gonna keep him on hold. Jeb,
I got 7.
your turn.
Almost last.
Right off the bat.
Looks like, oh, there's HG. I couldn't see him.
I shall walk over here.
Oh, Marbania, did you mean to put the map on the overlay?
Oh, yeah, I did. I meant to transition that. I forgot I was using studio mode. Oops. That's okay. Nothing's really happened yet. So the old man moved from like
With
here.
line of sight, that's the only way I can see what's going on with him.
Well, you're not supposed to be doing that, Drake. Cheater in the chat. Talk about cheater in the chat.
I'm not role playing that. I'm not doing anything. I can't help.
Yeah.
I'm just at the horses, so I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch what they're doing. That's pretty smart. HG sitting over here going,
It would take me 10 rounds to get to them anyways. They're gonna be long dead, and I'm gonna be long gone by then.
So
Is the Native American sitting at the fire? I'm assuming there's a fire anyway.
yes, there's a fire. Don't you see the fire?
Okay, there's the fire. There's the fire. It wasn't there a second ago.
It's magic.
Is it a spiritual fire or is it real?
There'll be plenty of fire soon enough.
Someone stick their hand in the fire and check.
The remnants of H.G. Willikers?
It is a Indian fire, so it's little.
All right, so Jeb will holster his weapon and have a seat. And he'll look over at HG and holler, "Now, you come over here and sit down and be nice to this Indian, HG."
Give me a perception roll, Jeb. And I'm only making you do this because the situation's probably pretty freaky about right now. You notice that the piles of rocks around you appear to be cairns.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't sit on one of those.
Now, there's room on the ground. You don't really have to sit on the rocks.
You definitely don't want to poop off one, though. Bad.
Which for some reason makes me think of you, of Yezu on top of that wooden
Statue on
statue and pooped on
by,
Taylor's
by
head.
the druids.
It's never the 800-point kills that you remember. It's her pooping on someone's head.
Exactly. It's the little things. Right, so yeah, I'm basically gonna have a seat and listen to see if this guy has more to tell me.
All right.
And I don't know if you want me to pass my turn or wait.
But yeah, pass your turn. We've got to figure out what Doc and Alonzo are doing. HG, you kind of come to your senses, and all the ghosts that were around you are gone, and you see Jeb walk over here and sit down, and there's a fire that didn't appear to be there earlier.
I'm gonna go fail to heal myself.
Well, at least you might feel a little bit drunker.
He's looking pretty fucked up. He's looking like he's really seen better days. I mean, he may have aged 5 years since you walked in this little.
Hey, Morb,
Yeah.
can I use my red chip so we can roll a d6 for that?
I'll let you give him a chip. Certainly.
Go ahead and roll a d6 there, HG.
Okay, please give me one move.
I figured we're probably going to be resetting the chips here soon anyway.
Well, thank you.
Now for your healing, I've got to wonder: do you just pull your flask off your hip and just take a swig?
Yeah, you had a special mixture he was using for his healing concoction. It was like one of the first spells I actually had.
Imagine him dumping some of that in his wounds too, like.
Yeah, he doesn't really. I doubt he's got physical wounds. I'd say it's been his soul, his spirit that's been touched.
Well, in this case, yeah.
Yeah, throughout this encounter.
Yeah.
HG, you gonna stop there? Or you gonna keep moving? You passed your turn. I see.
Yeah, that was all my movement.
Okay. That's why that one's lit
He's
up.
old and slow, remember?
Oh, that drunken style takes one from my movement too.
I didn't realize that.
Alonzo.
Yeah, the improved one actually takes 2. Or the regular one takes 2. The improved drops it down to 1. But then I took another -2 from the wounds.
Okay, so Alonzo, the rumbling kind of starts to dissipate over about the last 5-10 seconds, and you don't hear any more gunshots. Everything kind of quietens down again.
I'm gonna run.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna do.
You certainly are. Man's quick on his feet. Timmons.
Timmons is gonna. Can I do 3 actions?
Tell me what you're wanting to do.
I want to
For
shoot 3 rounds off into the air.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the
Absolutely.
loudest thing I got? That Winchester?
Probably your shotgun, honestly.
If you got a
No, I
shotgun.
can't. My shotgun, the stock's
Yeah.
all busted. I can't shoot it right now.
Oh, right.
It'd probably stab him. It'd probably go
I gotta
right through his
fix it.
shoulder.
Yeah, no, and I'm not gonna stick it in the ground and be all like, bending over it. Boo. So, or the pistol, whichever. 44.
Whatever. Whatever. I'm not gonna make you roll. You just rack off 3 shots. Just remember,
Yeah.
you rack off 3 shots. It takes your whole round to do that, and then you start maybe fishing around to try to reload those 3 shots or something. I don't know. You may. Well,
Yeah.
you haven't used the gun yet, so. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. That's it. And I'm, kind of wrestling with the horses a little bit, keeping them calm.
Dead Song sits as the fire and he rocks back and forth. Back and forth. Occasionally he turns and looks, and Black Wolf talks to him, and he's rocking back and forth, and he turns around and he's staring in the fire. Doc Fong.
Quick question: do I actually see the Black Wolf spirit there?
He's fading in and out of existence. He'll be beside him 1 second, speaking in his right ear, and then he'll disappear. And the next thing you know, he's like standing over here next to HG. And then he's standing over here whispering in the old man's left ear.
I'm gonna try to carefully climb down here.
Oh, hell. With a roll like that, I say you slide right to the bottom like you surfed right down the thing. And I'll give you your full movement from there.
Hang 10, bro.
Wait up, Alonzo. Or find these scary things first, then warn me. One of the two. I wouldn't mind that part.
Are you running or just walking?
Well, I will run if, yeah. Let's do that. Uh-oh.
Nice.
No shit. All of a sudden, the old Chinese guy's got some pep in his step.
What it is, it's the momentum from sliding down the hill. I'm just like waving my arms around, trying not
Yeah,
to
he's windmilling as he goes past you.
He's going,
Motor-
whoa,
Motorboating.
Alonzo and Doc, give me
No, that-
perception. Give me perception rolls.
You mean notice checks?
I know.
Or notice. Yeah, notice checks. I'm sorry. Oh, both of you. You can kind of hear this. Boom, 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 boom.
That sounds like our friends.
You hear a boom, boom.
You also heard 3 shots just before it. You heard pow, pow, pow. Then you hear this.
The acoustics here are very unusual.
They are very unusual. Matter of fact, give me a
Does
survival
that sound
roll.
like drums?
Sounded like a drum. Give me a survival roll, both of you. Just a raw survival roll. See if you can figure out north, south, east, west.
We're in the spirit world, man.
Alonzo, you're looking. You're like, man, I think it's coming from that way, from the south. And I'll stop all there.
Good, because I have a dog in my lap. I can't reach it.
Yeah, I've got
And,
access to it. F12.
But Doc grabs a hold of you and he's like, no, it's coming from this way. And Doc, you can definitely tell the direction it's coming. All right.
Yeah, certainly that direction.
We're at the top of the round. Uh-oh. Network send file token something campfire. Blah, blah, blah.
All right.
Campfire. Campfire doesn't get a turn. I don't know what
Good job, HG, giving us chips.
I could definitely use it.
What a good time to draw a freaking Joker.
That would have been better in the fight, just to get +2 to all my casting and shit. But,
Or before he healed himself.
yeah.
All right, Black Wolf stays on hold. HG.
I guess I'll come over here and take a seat next to him and heal myself again.
Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, it's just gotta be in the golden eye.
All right. You're gonna sit down over there. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast healing on myself again. I just wanted to make sure I could try again real quick.
Very lucky Joker timing.
I mean, this is like 6 seconds from the last time you tried, so isn't it like you can't do anything after the golden hour or something like that?
Yeah, it's after the first hour. I just didn't. I wanted to make sure they weren't like, solidified or whatever after you failed to heal. I just haven't used it very often once Dr. Fallen got in the group.
Yeah. All right. You want me to pass your turn? There you go. The old man looks past you, HG, and he grows quiet, and he just starts staring off to the south. Jeb?
Don't want to be glaring at me with your dead eyes.
No, he's
He's
looking
starting
past you.
again, Jeb. He's starting again.
No, you just calm down, HG. Is there any way that we can make the situation right? Because we didn't mean to rile up any spirits.
He looks at you and he says, "You have something that belongs to Black Wolf."
I'll pull out. I don't remember exactly what it was.
The puzzle box.
Yeah, the
On
puzzle
a
thing.
necklace.
On a necklace of gold nuggets.
Yeah, that. You mean this? Meant no disrespect, but it's shiny and gold.
As you pull it out, the spirit becomes material again, and his face takes on a ghastly visage, and he lunges towards you, and the old man sweeps his hand like this and pulls his spirit back, and then he fades out again into the ethereal, and I'll take him off a hold because he used his turn.
He got denied.
All right, so the old man there basically slapped Black Wolf's hand away. Is that correct?
Looks like he reached right into the grabbed a hold of him, and as he pulled him back, he just disappeared back into the ethereal.
I got
You
you.
saw him for a second, and then he just disappeared.
Should we destroy it? I mean, HG here does want to burn something.
The old man kind of points like this, like he wants you to lay the thing down on the ground.
I'll do as asked.
All right, anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Lonzo.
Which way did you say it was, Doc? I'm not sure.
That way. Over
East?
there. Yes, well, don't go directly east. I think that might be a rock.
I will run again.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Not as far this time.
you're kind of out of breath. You're panting.
Do you see anything yet?
He runs around the corner. Right about here, he disappears into the fog. But you saw him kind of turn towards the right.
It looks to the left, looks like a dead end, maybe. To the south, I can't tell. Maybe to the east? I don't know. That will end my turn.
Doc, in tow. Damn. You put some ginseng in your Wheaties this morning, Doc?
I guess he did.
I tried some interesting new herbs. I'm going very fast.
Dattery decided to give himself a ginseng enema.
Well, now, Benno, you didn't have to get freaky. All right, so if you guys are going to continue and Timon's going to stay with the horses, we're not going to go round and round and round with this thing. I'm just going to move you guys over here. You eventually
Okay.
find your way around. And HG and Jeb, you can see the old man look past you, and then Alonzo and Doc Fong kind of materialize out of the here, I just put you guys wherever, kind of out of the fog. You guys walk up and you see HG sitting here, and what little pepper was left in the salt is gone now. His hair is completely white, and his face is drawn and gaunt. And he's just kind of sitting there staring at the fire, and Jeb and this Indian are looking at this thing that was taken out of the tomb. Oh, Eraser Texas, thank you for the host. Eraser, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? So, that's what you see when you walk up.
Oh, I see you finally made your way through the fog, guys.
Are you still down where, Doc?
I see myself by myself on the map without Alonzo anymore.
No, you're up here.
Look where, yeah.
Oh, there
Go
we go.
north.
That was. I think it was just being weird for a minute there. All good now.
It could have
Cool.
been one of those weird token ghost things.
It was like the line of sight didn't catch up.
Ah. Yeah, sometimes you have to like click the token and click it again.
There's Jevin, HG, and the strange old man. I mean, not HG, the other one.
Well, HG does look older though.
Yes, but he's our strange old man. I'm used to him.
Well, you're a strange old man as
Feel
well.
my age.
Well, true, but I'm even more used to myself.
The soul man
Why does
starts
it sound
chanting
like
again.
uncle?
I've
What
known
is it?
me since I was very young.
What would you want me to roll if I wanted to join in with his chanting?
Performance.
I don't have performance. How about occult?
Right now, you don't seem to understand what he's saying. HG, you've never understood anything he said. Of course,
I'll give it a shot.
HG's doing good to.
I still think he's working with him.
Nah, fuck.
HG's moving away.
Jeff, are you alright? You're making a strange sound.
Doc, you guys see HG. You think it's HG. He looks like Holy Moses now with the white whiskers and no black left in his hair at all. And he's kind of walking off with a glazed look in his face through the fog as you walk into this little
I think
clearing.
I know someone in Shanfan who has a good set of hair dye. Since something seems to have happened to yours, HG.
H.G. Williger.
I think they stole my Deadlands.
Your what?
My vitality. You know, the lifey stuff. It's gone. I need a good stuff drink.
Do you mean vitality, HG?
Something along that lines.
He's bouncing off the
Something like
rocks. I don't know what he's doing. He's
No, I went to like move it there, and I thought, I don't know, with the old one, if you started over again, it could move you, but it just kind of like moved me to where I was. And I kept going.
You have to right click and cancel now. You can't just go back. Or you run a little circle.
all right. So basically, the old Indian here is motioning you guys to sit down here around the fire with him. Are you going to
Okay.
oblige him or
No,
not?
thank you very much.
I'm Doc Fong.
Yes.
What is your name?
I believe we kind of pissed off the spirits by taking the necklace thing.
Doc, you walk right up on top of this cairn and take a seat.
Well, they done pissed me off too, so I guess that makes us even.
They said, piss me off.
Doc, perhaps you shouldn't sit on that.
Oh, is this bad to sit on?
It's a burial site.
Oh, I am sorry, ghosts that live here. I did not mean to sit on you.
All right, so you guys kind of gather around here, and I guess Timmons never does come in here. And all of a sudden,
Well, no.
Black Wolf appears again. And he moves around and he kind of kneels down, or squats. He doesn't really kneel, he's squatting. And he becomes material, and he starts speaking in the old man's ear, but he keeps fading in and out. And the
Why does he
language
keep
that
doing that?
the language that
I believe
nobody's
he is straining too difficult.
the
You need more fiber, Mr. Indian
more
man.
fiber. The old man starts to talk in a language that you guys understand, but it's not Spanish, it's not English, it's no dialect of Chinese that you know, Doc Fong, but just it's kind of like the day of Pentecost, I guess you'd say. The old man says, so the posse sits around the fire with the old medicine man, and he tells you, I am called Dead Song, and I'll tell you the story of Black Wolves. The spectral image of the dead warriors fade in and out as they float around you, and the damp and dismal fog soaks your clothing as well as your spirit. The old man tosses a handful of powder on the fire. It flares brightly for a brief instant, then all color and light fade into the fog, turning it from misty gray to a deep crimson before fading to a purple so dark it could be black. The purple-black fog swirls around you, vertigo sets in. Sets your world spinning. The other members of your posse sitting around you fade away into the darkness. A far-off scream. The sound of tens of thousands of tortured souls grows in the distance. The eyes of a great beast are racing toward you, and as it draws near, you can see roiling black and orange fire bursting from its nostrils. You try to flee its path, but something has you held fast by the neck. You turn your head and face the ghost warrior, his eyes pits of obsidian, dotted with twinkling lights like stars in the night sky. And he shoves you before the beast. Your struggles are futile. The fire begins to consume you right before the trampling impact of the hell beast. The warrior yanks you away with the strength of 10 horses. Again, he looks not into your eyes, but through them and into your soul before launching you away into the darkness. You fall, but never strike the ground. As you continue to descend, staring back at the haunting face of the warrior, unconsciousness takes you. You drift and drift and at some time later, you guys start to stir around and you kind of, it's like you're waking up, but you're not laying down. You're still sitting where you were, but it feels just like you just woke up. HG, you're walking around in circles.
Anybody else feel like they have a hangover?
A little bit. What was in that purple stuff you put in the fire?
It was strangely powerful, whatever it was.
It was trippy, man.
Wait, now I want some.
Cotton should have been here for it.
Yep.
I was
Right,
just thinking
Marv?
that.
So, Dead Song now
Yeah,
starts
I would have
speaking,
enjoyed it.
and he doesn't have the glassed over look in his eyes like cataracts anymore. He just looks like an old man sitting here. And Dead Song is gone, or Black Wolf is gone, and it's just you guys sitting around with the old man now. And he looks at the fire and he rocks back and forth and he says, and he's plainly speaking in English now. He says, "You must stop the fire beast that comes to make lies of all that has been told. The reckoning is coming, and it is not yet their time. If you do not stop the beast, how can they fight in the great ending, that which has always been theirs to fight? If you do not stop the beast, you will not see the reckoning either. So says Black Wolf."
Is everybody else agree that he's referring to Grandma?
I don't know. I've never
Who
seen
is
Grim
Grandma?
breathe fire. It could be some sort of large. What are those animals?
Who
Did I
is
hear it from
Grandma?
the east called?
Is that what you said, Jingo?
Grim.
You know,
Yeah.
Grandma, the big bad fucking Grandma.
No. Reverend Grimm.
Oh, I thought he said grandma. I was like, okay,
No.
who? Grandma
Memphis.
Fire. That sounds pretty scary.
What is Drake eating?
Beans. I mean beans.
Are you for real?
No, the Cheerios.
Oh, okay.
I gotta
That's
get your
even worse.
Not if you cover them in sugar, right, Drake?
No,
No, he just
Probably
covers them with
Cheerios.
beans.
they're the
Oh,
multigrain. They have a little sugar on them.
I like the honey nut.
Yeah, those are good too.
Those
So
don't need sugar.
Why do you say it is this grim, Jeb? Could be
Just-
all manner of scary beasts.
Well,
I know Timmons isn't there, but can I metagame and tell you what I think? No.
I'm gonna fill you in, kind of. You're sitting around and now you've got the ability to talk to this guy and kind of find out what's going on. So I'm just gonna fill you in on some stuff here. So he tells you
I've
that
heard
a
of.
long, long time ago, this valley is where the Navajo people first met with the Star people.
star people.
Yep, they traveled west chasing a falling star and came here from where, the Navajo are from the east of here, uh, south and east kind of, due east really. Um, and he says, many moons ago or whatever. He doesn't really give you specifics in years. He says they
A
chased a
long
falling
time ago in
star.
a galaxy
Yeah,
far, far away.
basically. And it's where they came and they found that the people who were riding the star didn't survive it. And when they came here and they found the star and they found the people, they laid them to rest. But other star people came and they had witnessed the basically the reverence that and respect that had been paid to their dead by the Navajo. And this has been sacred ground ever since. And there has always been a watcher to watch over it. And only the greatest warriors of the Navajo were ever interred in this ground. And the star people told them what was going to happen and that they would be needed again one day. But now this fire-breathing beast that screams and makes noise is coming to
The train.
I believe you're right.
Yes, and that Hellstrom fellow, I hear he's not very nice.
This would be Baron Simon LaCroix.
And that Baron Simon LaCroix is also not nice.
Yeah, but we're needing him to finish the railroad to Perdition. Remember?
Yes, but they could go around the valley.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be difficult to convince them of that.
Well, just think of what happened when we visited the valley. Can you imagine a train going through here every day? It would not be safe.
Yeah, but can we tell them that and have them believe it?
We will tell them it will cost them more money, and they will say, because they like the money.
We could try that.
I mean, with all the fog even, not to mention the ghosts and the cursing and everything.
Yeah, now keep in
That would make
mind
it
these
difficult to
ghosts are
drive.
just kind of swirling around you guys, and they appear here and then they disappear, and they're just moving all around you.
Maybe one of
Strangely
them would
enough-
come back with a, excuse me,
Occasionally,
Mr. Ghost.
a skeleton stands up now and then and walks a little ways and then collapses again.
Excuse me,
Strangely
Mr.
enough-
Ghost or Skeleton? Yes. Would one of you come back with us to talk with the representatives of the train people?
You talking to the ghosts or the old man?
The ghost, the old man, and the skeletons.
Well, the old
Will you
man's
come
just
on,
looking at you.
Perdition.
The old man's just looking at you. He says, they do not hear you.
Oh, well, could you ask them if one could go? Because I imagine if a ghost came and talked to them, they would say, "Ah, a ghost. I will agree with you now."
It is not their time yet. They cannot leave the valley. If they choose to leave now, they will not be there.
So that's not an option.
So we need to bring the management down here.
Or we could just find another way to convince them that coming this way is not what they want to do.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the surveyors that they originally sent here are now dead.
Yep.
So that might be a good deterrent.
Oh, I have a wonderful idea. HG, you can explode things at will, right?
Well, these ghosts? Yeah, I can do that.
Well, no, not the ghost.
No.
We go and talk to the mining people, or not
Yeah.
the mining people, the railroad people, and say, "You must be careful not to go through this valley. There are pockets of explosive gas, and at that time, you make explosions." And they will go, "Oh, explosions are bad for business. We better go around."
Lies.
I like this idea.
As long as we can make the explosions more explosive looking without actually doing more damage.
Yes, can you explode more up instead of outward?
I don't know if HG can guarantee that, though.
I think we would be better off just telling them the truth, that the valley is haunted and that it is dangerous to go through there.
Yeah, regular folks aren't going to believe that. They're going to call us crazy.
Jeb Timmons.
You know
Where
me
is
that-
Alonzo from?
I am from Mexico City.
Mexico City. Okay. Jeb, Timmons, and HG. Give me some kind of common knowledge roll.
Oh, this would be great.
Timmons is with the horses, so is
That's
that
right.
have
No,
anything to
yeah.
do with that?
No, Timmons ain't there. He doesn't even know it.
Timmons, like,
Timmons don't know what's going.
actually,
He's sitting there sucking his
I-
thumb with the horses.
no, I do want to roll that roll though, because I'm trying to find where HG hides his hooch, because he's scared shitless out here after that, and he needs a shot of something. He doesn't normally drink, but he's like.
Jeb and HG, you guys both know that the Bayou Vermilion is ran by Baron LaCroix,
Oh yeah, the supernatural.
and
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Go ahead.
well, I was just saying that. Yeah, you're like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe these ain't regular people.
Yeah, they might be a little bit more apt to believe in the supernatural. Perhaps if we tell them it is an Indian burial ground, that they will avoid it. Could work. um, sorry, Brad, but I don't think Remy knows LaCroix.
Pretty sure he hired us in that game. Just throwing that out there.
I think he hired us by proxy. That doesn't count.
The machete starts swinging. He starts answering the door.
Well, that's also to say that the next thing that was coming at us didn't kill us all, Brad.
Okay, I'll agree with that one.
Do you guys remember last week saying a figure that was shorter than the others, had like an elongated head? No.
In the image, yeah. That's why I personally think it's Clyde. Clyde is an alien.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind you of that because it,
Can
happened
you
about
reshare that?
in. Well, there was an image. You guys,
Oh.
you guys saw, of these ghosts and these specters and whatnot. No, it was the. Sorry, it
I
was the
used
corpses.
punch.
It was the
Corpses or
skeletons. It was the skeletons in the.
Ah.
Remember the skeletons laid along the shelves of that, and some of them had. Wasn't that what it was, Doc? I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the video now.
I don't remember. I remember he described it.
Yeah.
We saw it somewhere in there.
Anyway, so basically that's what he tells you, and he says there is only two reasons for Black Wolf to leave here, and one is for vengeance.
For the reckoning, yeah.
And you don't want that. And he demands
Right.
that basically he's demanding that you guys convince them, that you not convince anybody. He just demands that you go fight this beast because if they leave the valley now, they won't be there for the reckoning.
Right. And nobody wants a pissed off ghost after them, right?
Well, ghosts can be revenants, so you can never kill them. And basically, that's it. That's just the thing about inside this sacred ground here. You guys can't kill these ghosts. So that's why I was really freaked out when HG walks right in the middle of where they're all fucking standing last week. I'm like, oh shit, the old man that can't take one hit. And I don't know, I was using them cards, using those bennies.
Yeah, and by the way, Marv, I have a strategy for dealing with revenants.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can actually thank Supernatural for it too.
So, what are you guys gonna do?
Well, I think we should probably leave and go talk to the railroad folks.
Yes.
I agree.
I think the explosion idea would work, but perhaps talk will work as well. Either way, they will lose money, and they do not like that.
Doc, you've heard of Bayou Vermilion before. You played a love interest card one night in Perdition, remember?
Oh yes, I do remember some things about that also. I wonder if perhaps I could. Let me think about this a minute.
Just got thinking about
No,
that.
HG, that would make the ghost extra angry.
Maybe just turn this whole valley
Yes.
into a crater, huh?
You know,
You're tempting
remember,
your fate. You're tempting your fate, HG.
HG, don't make me shoot you.
I mean, if you're trying to get killed, just let me know right now.
but remember that woman back in town whose son had the broken arm?
Yeah.
And she had mentioned that day that she personally knew this Mr. LaCroix.
Did she? I don't
Per-
recall that.
Oh yes, it was after we went back to her house to talk about it and have tea. Perhaps she could send him a telegram or know the person to talk to.
Well, that's a really good backup plan. But first, I think we should talk to the railroad folks.
Well, they are much closer, so that makes sense. But if
Yeah, I
that does
mean,
not
you guys
work,
should be able to climb up out of this
Really?
valley, and you should be, within close proximity of the current
Survey
railhead.
group.
Yeah, on the other side, the group on the other side, waiting for the surveyors to go take her through here.
Right. I mean, it might take a little extra time and money to go a different route, but they wouldn't go through Indian burial ground.
also if ghosts cause him to lose money, it's a win overall. We just need to get the mayor of Perdition to install a messing with ghost tax.
The mayor of Perdition messing with ghost tax.
Yeah, then
I
it'll be
like that
cheaper.
idea.
I happen to know the mayor and the acting mayor. But let's speak with those railroad workers indeed.
Yes. Hopefully we can convince them.
All right. So then I'll close this map. If you guys, HG, you sure you don't want to go around with these ghosts a little while longer? No.
He has enough. He has enough demons to deal with.
All right. I just thought I'd ask. So share this with you guys. So basically, you pop up out of this valley. You find first of all, you come back and you find Timmons, and he's looks like he's rummaging through HG's bags and shit.
He he he's like scared out of his wits. He turns and looks at you guys as you come around the corner. He's like, "Are you a ghost? Are you dead?"
Not yet.
Swivels his Winchester and points it towards you guys.
Oh, I'm pretty sure
It's,
we're alive.
well,
Well,
I'm
most of
sort
us.
of alive. But Timmons, if you're looking for HG stash, look under the saddle.
Ah, I'm better now. Phew, this horse stinks.
I bet I can imagine HD actually having a hollow saddle that he fills with booze and just has a straw going to him while he's riding.
HG
An igloo
invented the
on it.
beer can hat.
Igloo.
He probably also
Timmons,
invented the beer can.
Certainly the motorized beer cooler.
I need to grab something to drink. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, so you guys get your horses and stuff, and you continue on east. And doesn't take you long at all, and you eventually pull up out of this fog, and you can see that fog below you, but the further you move away from it, it's like you can't see it anymore. And then you
That is creepy.
Yeah, then you come to the top of this rise, and
Timmons doesn't like
you look across this long valley, and to the south and east of you, like I'll move the party token to like here. You see a mountain range, but you can see the railroad workers. They're like down here. There's like an encampment at the bottom and the train tracks, and everybody's just kind of sitting around with nothing to do right now.
I have another idea for Plan B. Timmons, if they're not cooperative, send those angry women after them. The ones who kept harassing you.
I like Plan B pretty good, but I'd have to know what Plan A is first before we figure on Plan B.
All right, so have y'all caught Timmons up on what's going on?
Timmons says, "I know there's a Plan A, Jim, but they ain't told me what it was yet."
Plan A is talking to the survey team and Railhead if we need to about them finding another route to Perdition, because I don't think they'd want to go through a Indian burial ground. Do you?
Well,
would
Also,
think
I don't
evil
know.
fog.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we put that on the docket?
We're not in Perdition anymore. This is like do it now, or more shit's gonna hit the fan.
Well, I do think the only reason that the train is going through that burial ground currently is because it's coming to Perdition, right?
I mean, you do have a point. So we should probably
So
take
if we
care of
told them you
firstly.
can't bring it to Perdition, or you have to go around, what choice do they have?
Well, I'd rather it be their decision and not a decision forced upon them. It's good for
What's the
relations. Trust me, Timmons. It's good for relations.
remember? And he pulls out his gavel. I had the gavel.
Be careful with the gavel and your horse there.
He
I
bangs it
snapped
on
the
the.
problem.
He says, "No, I get to resist."
All right, so let's see what we need to do here. First thing I'm gonna do is this.
Agility.
Uh,
Yeah. No. Oh.
It's meter beat. So, and as we're pulling, I'll just let go, and hopefully Timmons will just fall on his ass.
Let's try that again. Nope.
oh, got an error.
Whoa.
Got an error. Gathering all chips.
Oh,
I
maybe
didn't do
because
it.
I was rolling when you were.
No. Desktop scripts, widget factory, fate chip, Lua. Attempt to index local control and nil value. No, it's specific to the fate chip. It didn't have anything to do with you. Looks like it's. Yeah.
Just glitched out. Try it again.
Did it gather all your fate chips? You guys got any fate chips left?
It
I don't
did.
have it.
It did.
Okay. Looks like it did what it was intended to do.
Oh, since we're out of that area, can I remove fear?
Yes, you guys can remove your fear penalties.
So interesting fact. The California Native American Historical Culture and Sacred Sites Act applies to both state and private lands. What year would you guys guesstimate that California made it illegal for anyone to mess with?
1936.
1992.
Anybody else want to guess? 1988.
Oh,
Whoa!
Not,
Oh, by the way, HG, you need to mute yourself in VC again. I don't know what happened.
Was it VC?
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm turning him down in VC.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that's what I've done.
Yep.
It was muted when I started the night. How did it just like randomly unmute itself?
Baby's banging on keyboards.
I think you might have clicked it. It happened when you turned it off the video. I think maybe you
Clicked them
clicked
both.
or it thinks you clicked them both.
You bump clicked it. Bump click. Bump click.
I would
boom,
bet the
or-
button got
bump click.
pushed. Somebody
Or it was from Tim hitting his gavel against your keyboard.
I think there's also a hotkey for it if you have the window focused.
So let's go right up to these fellas to see who's in charge. They gotta be who's his name in charge? Bayou Vermilion. Mr. Bayou, what's his name?
Well, the owner and
LaCroix.
the owner
Simone
is,
Lacroix.
yeah, that's the owner's name. But we're going to go talk to the surveyors first, see if we can convince them to go around otherwise.
Well, we're gonna tell them they need to start making plans because we're gonna get the owner out here and tell him, no, ain't going that way.
You know, it'd be really, really fun.
Do we
If I
want to
played this
Coming from you, I don't know what to expect, Brad. What could be really, really fun?
If he's talking about an adventure card, he's probably got frying pan. Oh, that's even worse.
Okay. All right, so you guys all get another card. Let's see if I can drag them cards from here.
Should be able to drag
Did
them
you
from
get
the
an
whole thing
extra?
on the desktop.
Well, I am trying to drag from there, but I think I got to drop them on a character sheet.
Yeah.
Do I? That means I got to open a
I
character
believe so,
sheet.
yeah.
So, okay. There, Tim, and there, and there. And go to adventure cards. Well, hell, Timmons or Doc Fang's got 4 of them anyway.
Yep, but I had 5 of them before this.
So he gets an additional as well as can play another.
Yes, because I have I have 1 less chip.
Yeah, he gets to play 1 more card, and you guys get to play 2 cards if you so need to. Did I get everybody? Everybody got their extra
You
card?
missed me. You missed me.
I did that on purpose. No, I'm kidding. I did. Okay.
There it goes.
Alrighty. So you guys see this this rail camp down here? Pretty good size. Probably spread out over, 10 acres, 5 acres. What's up, Joey? Joey in the house. Fable Forge RPG. Are you there?
So you can only play 1 adventure card, right?
Now you can play 2 because of what the other card says.
Yep.
Ooh. Line them up. I wish you could like put them on like top of the deck so they're right there.
So you guys are on your horses and you're looking down this slope at this rail camp. What are you gonna do?
Go down
We're
there.
going to approach it.
You're gonna what?
We're going to the rail camp.
Okay, you go to the rail camp.
Now, this is the surveyor group that we met before, right?
No, this is the
How about-
rail camp.
You met the survey
we
group
been to
on the
this
other
camp
side of the
already?
camp.
Oh, this is the rail. Okay, but yeah, that's where we want to go though.
That's fine.
All right.
The survey crew's half dead.
Well, I think it was just 3 of them.
Yeah, 3 of them, which were the chief
And we
surveyor
found
was one of them,
1.5 of them.
and half a mule.
Poor mule. We should have buried it.
Oh, what was Tark's mule's name? Crap.
I don't remember Tark's mule's name.
Fuck. I should know this.
Look at this.
Look at what?
That's
Oh,
Is that Chinese food? It's Chinese food.
I thought I'd be able to pick him up right away, and then he resisted, and then he just decided to drive his back claws into my leg.
he's like,
you
I don't
deserved
want to
that.
be held. Let me go.
You was fucking
Well,
with him, and you got
Kind
it.
of did.
All right, so you ride into the rail camp. What are you guys gonna do? Look for
Look,
the rail
Is
boss.
for the
there a hut? Is
yep.
there? Yeah.
Look
Is
for the
there?
one in
Is
charge.
There's
Who's in charge
there's
here?
actually a couple of coach cars sitting here. There's no engine
Mr.
or anything,
Timmons.
but
Mr. Timmons, I can be quite persuasive. Perhaps you let me talk for us.
I'm okay with this. You'd probably be more
The
persuasive than me and smell better.
the delegation from
It is true.
Perdition is here. Our spokesman is the Mexican. I point to the
See,
Mexican.
Mr. Perez.
yes, I'm Mr. Perez. Which of you gentlemen is in charge?
well, you kind of ask through the camp, and they point you in a direction. Let's see, what time of the year is it? And by the way, let me check the date.
What time of the year is it to see who's in charge?
I think July.
We'll say you guys were in the valley for a few hours, so we're gonna put it late in the afternoon, about 4 o'clock. Yeah, I think about 4 p.m. By the time you got through the valley.
And our trip or vision quest or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever you were on. So this time of year, yeah, there probably is Doc Fong. What's your survival skill in like medicinal shit or whatever?
Since
What are you
we're
looking for?
outside
I'm
of-
not sure what you're looking for.
I was gonna pick a couple flowers and put them into Jeb's lapel when he says Alonzo probably smells better. So I'm gonna try to find flowers so that Jeb
Oh,
smells nice.
okay.
There you go, Jeb.
Yeah, so he stuffs some flowers in your lapel. So you ask around, Alonzo, and you find out that the guy's name is Thibaut Chazon. And
Tebow, really?
Thibaut.
Oh, Tebow.
Thibaut Chazon.
I heard TiVo with a V.
And they point you, and you guys keep making your way through this camp, and everybody seems they're working on stuff, but they're definitely not laying any track. You know, it's like they've come to a standstill waiting on the surveyor. And you eventually find this guy, and he's got this little camp set up, and he's kind of counting out payroll and stuff, and he doesn't seem to be in too good a humor. But yeah, it's Thibaut Chazon.
Mr. Chazon.
Yeah.
We were hired to check out the valley to the west because you had surveyors go there and go missing. I am sad to say your surveyors, they did not survive. And I'm gonna play a card.
Ooh.
I like it.
Um, we having investigated the valley find that it is a dangerous place, and we humbly request that you not take the railroad to the valley, but around. I understand it will be expensive, but it is for the best. You must believe me.
Jeb will add in, yeah, it's right in the middle of where you want to go is right in the middle of an Indian burial ground.
It's also very, very foggy, which
You
leads
don't
to
want to.
danger, like those surveyors.
You don't want to disturb the spirits.
Okay, so when you first say this, Alonzo, before the choir starts singing behind you, um, yeah, you don't want to. You don't. No, 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 no. Anyway, he says, you can see like fire in his eyes when you tell him the surveyor's dead for a second. And he grabs a hold of the side of the desk about the time you throw that peace card down. He stops and he looks up at you. And for some reason, he just sits back in his chair, takes a deep breath, Perfect time to play that card, by the way.
I concur.
And he says, "Go ahead and tell me the story." So then you continue to tell him what exactly.
Yes, it is a burial ground and a bad place. Your friends were slain by vengeful spirits who do not rest easily. Um, we ourselves were subject to the danger, but managed to escape before we offended the spirits further. Um, I would seriously recommend not going to the valley.
Okay, so you're playing the card. He was uncooperative. Targan isn't interested in getting involved unless there's significant advantage to himself. You move that to unfriendly. The character isn't interested in helping unless he has little choice and or is offered a substantial payment or reward, which doesn't really, this guy's on somebody's payroll. So,
Well,
I have an
well, hold
idea.
on. We do have gold bars and such.
well, you're quick to give away your money.
Well, I'm just saying, give him a few gold bars. That should probably
He
be
stops and
enough.
he says, "So you rode in from north of here?" He's got
Yep.
this real. He says, "So y'all come riding in on your horses from north of here?" And that's too Georgia. Sounds too Georgia. I'm trying to get my Cajun accent on. I'm drawing a blank right now.
It was pretty close, but I did hear the Georgian kind of creeping into it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Think of the gumbo.
Joey's in the. What it is Joey's in the channel. We got a.
He's sucking your Cajun out of you.
Yeah, he's sucking my Cajun out of him, but Joey's like, "No, man, it's terrible Cajun. Quit." It's kind of like when my British friends say, "Marbania, stop with the British accents." Yeah.
Well, I don't have my inspiration for Remy's voice at the moment because Kay's not here.
So anyway, he's basically he tells you he goes, "Look, if you rode in from north and you could see this railroad," he goes, "You see that mountain right there?" And he's pointing, and so like the railhead is like butted right up kind of against these hills, and they've ran up this valley. He says, "You see how far it is back there to that foot of that mountain?" And you guys kind of look around the camp or around his tent and off in that direction, and you figure, who knows, 4 6 miles, something like that. He goes, "We would have to pull up track 4 to 6 miles and go around this mountain range." He said, "And I can't make that decision." He said, "That's more money than I can count out."
Well, why
Yes,
don't
but
you go ahead?
the money you stand to lose going to the valley, you won't make it all the way through the valley before all your workers quit or are dead, and then you make no more money.
That sound kind of
Trying to persuade him that this is a bad idea.
okay.
I understand you cannot make the decision. Perhaps you can tell me where I can talk to the person who can.
And he looks back over and points where that mountain comes down right there, and he says, "Well, you can go back to the little town that's growing up down there, and there's a telegraph office." And he points to the telegraph wires, and the telegraph line runs, all the way around, but it doesn't connect to Perdition yet. It's kind of traveling. So if you wanted to get word to Perdition, probably have to wire, Tombstone, and then they would have to wire, you know, or there is a telegraph office down there that at least goes back to Tombstone and then on through to, all the way to New Orleans, as a matter of fact, where the
Well,
boss is.
we could also suggest him talking to Mr. LaCroix himself about going through an Indian burial ground and see what he thinks.
Uh, he tells you, he says, "I've got too much stuff to take care of here. You ride on back down there to that town, and you get a wire in. You tell them I said it's okay. You tell him the story you told me. He said, I'll start planning on something different, but they just ain't no telling. And then he sits back down and starts counting his money. Of course, you guys got to go to that town anyway. That's where you're supposed to, you know.
Yeah, meet up with the cattle, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, so I try to shake his hand and thank him for his time.
Timmons looks down and says, "Now, there might be some expenses to get you pointed in the right direction." And he pulls out some money out of his purse. He's got like a tucked into his backpack.
Wait, he has a purse?
I
Yep.
always figured he had a fanny pack.
No, it's a money purse, and it's like a wallet in his backpack, not counting what he's got in his pocket. And he says, "How much money is it gonna take you to do that survey to get the train going around the valley?"
Well, I got to send somebody around the valley to get my survey crew. He said, that's going to set me back weeks. He said, I bet it sets us back 2 weeks if we have to go backtrack.
Timmons looks down. "How much is this on the table? 1 week worth?"
He looks down. He goes, that's this week's payroll.
"How much money is it?"
Oh, there's probably about $700 or $800 here. This is a big camp.
What's a desert worth?
Desert Eagle?
Deseret.
Yeah.
Deseret dollar.
Those are
they call it.
those are printed notes on the Deseret Bank. Hellstrom's bunch from Salt Lake City, which is now called, what is it?
So they're dollars? They're dollar bills?
He's probably not going to take them from you.
What about silver dollars?
It would be like the equivalent of trying to pay with a Canadian dollar.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's a lot in gold and silver coins. I mean that would weigh quite a bit. He's got a big old box of money here beside him.
Coffers.
He's like, "Give me a piece of paper and a pen."
And he snaps his fingers and he gets the clerk over there, and the clerk walks over and
It says,
gives you
"Oh, matter of fact,
paper.
clerk, why don't you take this down and I sign it?"
Okay.
To it be known that the mayor of Perdition, Honorable Timmons Simmons, has authorized this here, and he looks around the camp, survey crew to be functioning for the next 3 weeks on Perdition's payroll. If the direction of the train does not change, then Perdition will not be liable for the money. So we'll pay for the direction change in the survey crew. If you
That
don't
seems
do
fair.
it, we ain't paying for it.
I still have to have the boss's blessing. I'm sure you can understand, but
Well, this will get you pointed in the right direction with some security.
so you are the mayor of Perdition.
I am. I show him my gavel.
Tim, show him the gavel. Show him how it works.
Jeb, I think you were going to shake hands with him, and as all this started, and you guys see him reach out and go to shake Jeb's hand, and he pulls his hand back, and he kind of cold, clammy hands Jeb's got. He kind of looks at Jeb for a second, and then Timmons says this to him, and he gets the clerk and writes up this letter. He goes, I'll make plans, but you still need to go down there and, you got to get LaCroix himself to sign off on this.
We plan on it, but we just don't want you sitting around doing nothing. As he looks around and everyone's sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And he kind of smiles as you say this. He understands completely, and he knows that you know his plight as well. He says, so has there been any further development on, getting that railhead built there in Perdition? Bayer Vermillion did offer to fund that
It's on the
themselves.
docket.
They're in discussion right now with the vice mayor. He's handling that in the town. We on a humanitarian mission at the moment.
Oh, what? Humanitarian?
Humanitarian.
Oh,
Humanitarian.
humanitarian. He did. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, y'all have a good day. Off you ride. So you guys continue on, and you get down here, and it's a small little town. There's, 7 or 8 buildings, main buildings. There is a train station, and off to the east side of these buildings, and kind of out here on this very sparse grass, is a huge herd of cattle as far as you can see. I mean, just cattle grazing everywhere, and you can see these cowboys out there riding around this herd of cattle. And you can see that there are actually
Filet mignon.
2 tracks that are coming in here, and there are a bunch of cars rolled off onto this side track that just kind of comes down and dead ends, and they're still offloading cattle out of these cars as you come riding into town.
What a beautiful sight, Truman says.
For a bunch of people that are starving. It certainly is. Now, this is a small town. The biggest mob they could probably gather is about 15 folks, so you're probably safe here. Damn, Eraser's hammering on Joey over here in chat. It's 8:30. We're going to take a break. 9:30 Eastern time. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Let these guys decide how they're going to approach this telegraph to Baron LaCroix. See how they're going to handle this herd of cattle too. But anyway, let me get a timer started here, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. You guys stick around.
I don't hear music on the stream yet. Oh, there it goes. Oh, you still got voice.
It's the horse.
We're back. Yay. And everybody's got some munchies, some goodies. Me and one of the kitties are eating somewhere. All right, so you guys see, like, aside from the 15 or 20 people, maybe 30 people that live in this town, uh, there's a saloon, there's a telegraph office, um, there's no marshal's office, there's a livery stable, uh, looks like it's probably got 6 horses in it tops. But there is obviously, it looks like a ranch because of all the cattle that are scattered all around it. And you can see that there's a couple of feed wagons set up out here, and there's a couple of people cooking, and you can see some women, they're doing laundry out here in the like this little stream that comes running by and stuff, and looks like they've getting set up here for a while.
You just
Brain
had to
damage.
type out brain.
Apparently everything said. I thought he fixed that.
I got it. So I think Timmons, the first place he wants to go over is to the rail, the railhead, where the horses or the cows
Where
are
the
getting unloaded.
Right.
Okay. So it's a side, I don't know what they call those side tracks that they run some cars off onto that are going to sit there for a while, and it doesn't. I mean,
Engorgio.
hey, it's the Engorgio. Is the Engorgio here? The Engorgeous one?
The engorged one.
Cool.
I have an update though.
Yeah, it's pretty big up. Did your boss get his money's worth out of you?
Oh yeah, I took a nice nap.
Well, we should recognize a couple of people, right? Didn't some of the cattle herder people go with them?
Yeah,
Come
what was
back?
their name?
I forget the two.
It was the family up on the, or some of
David
the family
Shelton.
from the
Davy.
Oh, the
Yeah, the
Sheltons. Davy
and Thomas and Joseph.
Okay, that's way closer than what I was gonna guess.
Well, I still have Thomas Shelton as an ally on my character sheet.
Do you?
Yeah.
I have no allies.
He's the youngest son of David Shelton.
Thomas, little Tommy.
Yeah. Strong-headed
Timmons
young
used to
man
be
with more
carrying
spirit
him
and
around
guts
the
than
last
most.
few months.
He's been in my backpack. I got him bits and pieces in there.
It wouldn't take you long to find. I mean, one of the Sheltons is obviously here, going to be, seeing to the offloading of these cattle. But you walk up and you can see there's about, I don't know, it looks 7, 8, 9, 10 carcasses laying out here, dead cows.
How did they die?
Already,
I'm gonna go poke him with my foot. See if I can figure anything out by poking him.
Wait, who are you
Yeah.
poking?
Well, they poked it in the
Dead
belly
cows.
and it farted.
I heard a frog croak.
Oh, that was underneath. Come on, little froggy, you can get away now. Yes, you're safe.
So yeah, it's we'll just say it's Thomas Shelton. Little Tommy Shelton. And he's got a couple of you see them, they're dressed pretty spiffy actually. Got a lot of silver on their vest and their belt buckle and their shoes. Now their jeans and their shirts seen better days, got some holes in it. Uh, they got these kind of flat brimmed hats, a couple of them, and they're getting these cattle moved off these cars.
Pomiciatin. Glad to see you.
Well, Mr. Simmons, correct?
That's the honorable Mr. Simmons to you. Simmons smiles and shows his gavel.
You must have got elected. Well,
Don't
I'll
brag.
be.
That, however, is only temporary. We got some cattle rustling to do. Why are them cows dead over there? They come down with the sickness?
He said, no. He goes, that happens, I guess, when you transport them long distances.
They get mushed, huh?
No,
You
they
didn't drop them out of the car, did you?
we we don't know. Somebody said you need to poke them and keep them moving around. We ain't never moved cattle by the railroad before like that. So we didn't know no different. These, I
Did you
guess,
feed them?
well, yeah, they've been fed. You can see they've been, but what happens when you're moving cattle, like even in trucks over the road, when they stand in one place too long and the constant rumbling, their legs go numb and go to sleep, and they will basically fall or lay, down to the ground and lay there and not get up, and then they get like atrophy in their legs or something. I don't know exactly how it is, but so these long haul cattle guys will have these big prods and they'll go around that truck. That's why there's holes in the side of that cattle truck. One of the reasons, other than they don't just have those holes in there so you can get cow shit and cow piss on the windshield of your car when you're following them. That's like poke them cows and make them move around.
And that's how I know we live in very different locations.
Why is that, Brad?
I've never seen that.
No.
You never seen a cattle car?
I don't think so.
Wow.
They haul grunts around them.
We rode in cattle cars.
Oh,
when I
yeah.
was in the army.
I rode in
Just hold
cattle
on.
cars in the
They put
army.
they put some poles in the middle. You just hold on. That's it. No
The worst is
seatbelt.
coming back from the gas chamber in there.
All 4 times I did the gas chamber, it was bad.
Yeah, I was infantry, so we did it once a year. You start to build an immunity to the chemical smoke, the tear gas.
I don't know about immunity, but you get used to it a little bit.
Pretty much. It's the last few times I went wasn't nearly as bad as the first time.
What do you mean by the gas chamber?
Well,
There's a
in order,
chamber and they fill it full of CS gas and make you breathe it.
yes,
That's
it's they learn you why you want to have your gas mask on because they take you in there and they make you take the gas mask off, and you
Oh,
wish you hadn't. And it's a horrible, snotty, slobbery, burning mess.
Bullshit.
And the worst part was right outside the exit door. They put a telephone pole and they said, "Do not run out of the gas chamber." And at least 3 people ran out of the gas chamber smack into that pole, and one of them knocked himself out.
damn. Yeah, I bet.
Oops.
Gas chamber is the best thing about boot camp.
It was fun. Not.
Sounds like a
I was
blast.
friends with the NBC sergeant in Germany, and he put a little tablet in an ashtray in a club.
That's fucked up.
it was glorious.
Let
So,
us see. Let's just see here.
how far do we have to transport these cattle? Do we say how many miles? Each square is how many miles?
Each square takes about a day, about 30 miles. And you've got to go, well, yeah, somewhere up. Now, just like Bayou Vermilion, the Iron Dragon has been coming down through here.
Yeah, we
This
know
way.
they got to somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, so you figured to just ride a horse and get 30 or 40 miles a day, it's going to take you 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 days. Take a herd of cattle, it's going to take you twice that long. And you're going to try to dodge the cities. Perdition and, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we don't want them to eat our cattle.
How many head is it? 1,200, you said?
1,800.
1,800 minus 10. So 10 dead cows over there. How many do we lose?
Jub, I know what you're thinking, but you should ask before you start nibbling on the cows.
Too late.
Albert was thinking the same thing.
He's got like an ear. I'm already gnawing on an ear.
Let's see if I can put this into perspective.
That map hasn't normally had a grid, has it?
Yeah. Yes, it has.
I guess I just don't remember it. Maybe.
Maybe just because it looks a little different in Unity.
Are you trying to set the grid distance?
No, I was doing something else. I was not that. This, refresh. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I don't like how you have to move stuff from assets to images.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to.
Yeah. So just to give you an idea, I figure that that picture right there is probably 250 head of cattle. Maybe 200 head of cattle.
Wow. And we're supposed to have about 1,800.
Yeah, so take that times 9.
There's way
Shit.
more cow. There's way more cows than that. That's 10 cows right there. Count them real quick. There's way more cows than that there.
It might be 500, 600 head.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
so that one line is about 100 long, 200, 300 foot. Yeah, that's probably about 400 head of cattle.
That's a lot of cows, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how many cowboys you see? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I see a guy on a dirt bike. Can we get one of those for HG?
I vote yes.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably 20 or so just in that one. So how many cowboys do we got?
Well, you can see there's some out there riding around. You can see, I mean, this herd stretches out for a half a mile out here. Looks like
Right.
they've probably been unloading cattle here since yesterday sometime.
Hey Thomas, how many cowboys you got?
He
We gonna
says,
need
well,
more?
we got our 5 gauchos with us
I think we're
I think
going to
we
need
got.
more.
and their
We're gonna need
family.
some more.
He said, no,
You
we
guys
drove them
got.
all the way to the rail in Texas by ourselves. We'd be just fine.
But in Texas they want prime meat like they are here.
Well, sure they were. We raised the best cows, Mr. Simmons. I don't know what you're insinuating, sir.
I'm insinuating that the value of cattle went up dramatically when you offloaded them here.
Hey, Gorgio, thank you for the biddies, buddy. Are you on VC,
They're the
Gorgio?
they're the famine out this
Or are
way.
you naked tonight?
I'm naked tonight.
Are you? Okay, let me call you.
TMI, dude.
I mean, I can show you a picture of the nip.
No, you can't
No,
do
we're
that.
okay.
We're good.
You can't do
You
that.
can in Discord.
Jingo cheered 300 bits
I'm
not to see your nips.
Pretty much, yeah. No pepperoni nipples.
Yep.
No, they're more like dimes.
Oh, bullshit. You're a ginger. You got great big old pepperoni nipples, don't you?
I'm not a ginger.
Yes, you are.
I wish I was a ginger because I would have no soul.
You have no soul. The soulless gingers. I apologize to
South Park reference.
Brad. Thank you for the biddies. You guys cheering away. So I've got you in combat tracker. I got you. So that really, this is going to be a skill test. We're going to spend a lot of time role playing this shit, getting these cows up here. You guys, I need to know how you're going to contribute to this camp of nearly 2,000 head of cattle. With there's 5 gauchos, there's 9. So there's a total of 9 cowboys. Now there's wives, there's little children, there's buggies, there's cooks coming with them that are pulling wagons, chuck wagons. There's a wagon that's got an anvil on it, blacksmith stuff, and I mean they moved the whole damn ranch out here.
Well, Timmons knows transporting anything across long distances, since he's done it, needs backup plans. So he's going to purchase any additional horses he can from this little encampment here, to include any wagons and
Roll a d4.
carts. That's how many horses are here.
That's how many horses are
Oh,
available for
I got
sale.
4.
There's 4 horses
Nice.
available for sale. And they range.
What about a wagon?
From $60. He's got one for $10. He'd sell you.
Like Jim's horse.
So swayback, swayback nag mentioned missing most of her teeth. Let's see.
You're just a large dog that's been painted.
We
Mr.
got
Timmons, that is not a horse. That is glue on the hoof.
And Gorgio, you
I think-
fucking freak.
Yeah, it's called living rations.
I thought you would like that.
Fellas, he doesn't only have big pepperoni nipples. He's also got. It looks like he's got a third nipple. He's a witch.
I like Mazia.
All right. So yeah, there's 9 cowboys, their wives, some little babies. It's wagons full of. There's fucking mules and wagons. There's not a bunch of furniture and stuff. There's beds. That's it.
Well, Doc Fong will volunteer to help go out front and scout ahead to make sure everyone knows what kind of terrain's coming up, or make sure there's nothing bad happening.
Okay. So last I knew, Timmons was talking to Thomas. You guys obviously make it to the center of the camp. All the families are kind of in the center of this camp, and then you've got the cowboys that are just kind of riding, keeping all the cattle kind of herded up around the outside of this thing. It's a 24-hour-a-day operation as you guys drive these cattle up through here. But you're sitting around the campfire. And what the?
Well, I think at one point, Alonzo and Jeb would have gone to the telegraph office.
Yes, we need to send a message to Mr. DeCraw.
It probably would have been one of the first things that you did. So Timmons went to check on these. and he got the scoop from Timmy or Thomas. Tommy, how many people are here and blah blah blah, and so he goes over to the livery, starts buying horses. You guys head to the telegraph office, and telegraph operator sitting in there. What can I help you with?
We need to send a telegraph to Mr. Simon Lacroix in New Orleans.
You want to send a telegram to Mr. LaCroix himself?
See,
We have authorization from his railway boss, whatever it's called.
The rail boss.
Yeah, him.
You do you?
I don't remember his name.
What's his
offhand.
name?
Chesson? Was it? What was it? Let me look back.
Chesson. Thibault Chesson.
That's it.
Thibault Chazon. Thibault Chazon say you can send a telegraph to Mr. LaCroix.
Yes,
See,
there's
senor.
you see, there's an issue with where they need to go through, and we need to redirect them around that area.
He looks at all of you. He goes, "Do any of you know how to write?"
I know I do.
I know how to ride, yes.
And he
Of course I know how to write.
hands you a piece of paper and he hands you a fountain pen. Tell me what you want to send.
All right. I will write out exactly what I told Mr. Thibault about the you know, the haunted valley and the danger there, and try to convince him that it would be more economical in the long run to pull up the tracks and take it in a different direction, for the cost would be too high going through this haunted valley. And I want to try to apply my persuasion skill to this. Write a very persuasive letter. Yes.
Write a very okay. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Persuasion be done in that way?
Yes, it can. Oh, I didn't get my chips.
And that's when he rolls double ones and calls him some kind of, I don't know what an insult for a New Orleans guy is, but it would be that.
Cajun.
Call him an Englishman.
Oh, I like having 60 wild cards in a tracker. All right, so did you roll persuasion for me there, Jingo?
Not yet. Here it comes.
Here it come. Here it come. There it is. Okay. All right.
I would say that's only a 5 because he can't see that I'm very attractive, and so that's
put
not
it-
going to
yeah.
apply.
Yes,
You can
I
spray
look very nice.
You can spray some cologne on the note.
No, I know what it is.
Telegraph.
Even though it's being via telegraph, the extra 2 points are being put into the handwriting. You're making it very neat and elegant.
He won't see the
It's really
handwriting.
fancy.
He's gonna say,
Okay,
That would
so
be a 5.
yeah, you send this telegraph off, and he says, "Where y'all staying at? Are you with them cowboys come in here out of Texas?"
See, senor.
He said, "I'll send word to the camp if we get word back from them. You have a nice day now."
Thank you. Now,
Buenos dias.
Yeah.
Buenos Nachos.
how long would you say it would take
Nachos
to
are
get
muy
a,
bueno.
would we know how long it would take to get a telegraph to Perdition?
Probably
Uh,
not on the train.
you could probably ride there.
The
before
telegraph wires doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. It's
run
going
to
to take a couple
Perdition.
days. Then
Yeah, they
they
do.
go all the way around.
Yeah, you would have to wire New Orleans, that would wire St. Louis, that would wire Denver, that would wire, So yeah, you could get it there, but like I said, by the time it got around there, and you'd probably beat them back if you were just riding horses. But yeah, I mean, if Timmons wants to send a telegraph to Perdition no, okay.
No, I mean, if it was, something that I would get like tomorrow, yeah, maybe, but it's going to take a long time.
Tomorrow.
It might take a couple of days. I mean, electricity moves
Yeah.
at the speed of light.
Not people.
Yeah, but not the dudes that are
Yeah,
retyping it to go to the other.
Yeah,
side.
That's
That's
where
the
it's
hang
going
up.
to slow
Back and forth.
down.
get a stack of them and you get put on the bottom. I'm sure you could pay to get put on the top, but I don't know if there's any need for that.
HG, this is later in the day, and you're still not feeling yourself. You're just shook up from this whole fucking ghost event. But however you want to handle that, I don't know what you're doing in town. Doc Fong, you gonna do anything around here, or are we gonna roll forward with this? Anybody else?
No,
Okay.
he'll just kind of, look around and say, "Oh, wow, those are big cows." I don't know how
Those
many
cows.
giant herds of cows there are roaming
So do
around
we
Northern
actually
California.
we actually want to have steak tonight? Is any of those cattle still fresh that are
Actually, that's what they are doing with them, and that's one of the reasons they've got the camp set up. Is he says they'll be
I want
taking this beef and they'll be jerking this beef over the next, 3 days here before they make this trip, because they can't let this beef go to waste. They had to drag these cows out and shoot them because they couldn't walk. They had to shoot them and drag them out of the car.
we're gonna have some steak tonight? Eat up, because the closer we get to up there, the more this stuff's gonna rot.
Yeah,
I'll look around for local herbs that would be delicious.
local delicious herbs. You scouting for some herbs? Yeah, you find some delicious herbs.
Yes. How about these wild onions and garlic?
I think you
Put
found
'em in a
some
stew
black
pot.
pepper too.
Sage.
I think I found some hemp with buds on it.
There'd be plenty of sage
Oh,
out
no,
here.
that's mine.
Well, share, man.
Wouldn't do
make a
you no
jacket
any
out of it.
good, Jeb. That's the bad part about being harrowed,
Yeah,
dude.
as soon as you figured out
Oh,
how to breathe
bitch.
properly,
Son of a bitch.
maybe HG can
Don't
make
you
some
still
sort
have
of.
a hole through your throat? Aren't you talking out of your throat still a little
Yeah,
bit?
you still have to
No,
drive air through your pipes to make them work. Yes, the Manitou keeps the body functioning. So,
but
yes.
the
But
the
it
hole
doesn't
has
need
healed
to.
up.
Somebody give him a trach at one time or something?
He had that
Yeah,
bug
the bug. The bug that was like halfway
crawled
down
in
my
his
throat.
face.
All right, so you guys gather around the camp the first night. You start talking to David Shelton. He says, it's been a pretty uneventful trip. He said, I wish I'd have known something about moving cattle on the rail like that. He said those cows right there could have, from them 9 cows we lost, he said, shoot, I could have produced 18.
Well, now at least you trained up on the second leg of the journey, because we got some train cars waiting just on the north of Perdition to take them on to Champagne.
You guys sit around, the cook, he's got these steaks and he's grilling them, man, and you're like, you guys, your mouths are watering. You've not had fresh food like this in a long, long time. And
Jeb wants his raw.
it's just so you're looking at you go over there, tell the chef you want it raw. He says, okay. He just warms it up for you a little bit, and he
Do you
says,
want the leftover skin?
I'll put yours over last, on there last, and he continues to grill them. And this guy is amazing, man. All the steaks come off at the same time. You guys sit down, and he's got these slabs of wood, basically like boards, and people are eating off of them like plates. Everybody's basically just got a knife and they're cutting their steak and stuff and they're eating it. And you guys kind of really get into this feeling of this camp. The cattle are lowing around you, and uh, then
Oh no.
Timmons, you get ready to take a bite of steak, and you look up and you see that the cook that brought all this food to you isn't really a cook. It's this damn monkey that you guys have been following you guys around out here in California. And he takes his bowler's hat off and he looks at you and he waddles back and forth. I gotta turn my cam on. He kind of does this for a little bit. Now he's got this platter of food up here. He's been handing out. He hands you yours. And he's like this. He takes the bowler hat, shoves it underneath his ass on the other side, and takes a big shit in it.
Timmons takes his hat off real quick and slams it down onto his steak.
and he runs around there. And then Giorgio. Albert comes up, sits down with his steak, and he looks over and he's like, "What the fuck? Not that bastard again." About that time, this hat comes sailing like a frisbee right at you. Pow! Hits you right in the face, splatters all over your food, man, all over your steak and shit. Just monkey chunk everywhere. All over.
Well, I'm glad I'm over here by the entrance.
And Giorgio bought Clyde.
Who bought Clyde?
And Giorgio
bought Clyde
Yeah.
and targeted himself like you did last time.
Exactly. What that had just happened Tuesday night, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, I was just looking at the portraits across the top. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and boom, Albert's my second portrait over. He's not even here for that. He missed Clyde. Says he's got the little clock on his dude.
You'll smell it later.
Yeah. All right, so we've had Clyde for the night.
The music put him to sleep. The Clyde music.
It must have. Well, he said he had a nap at work though. Pretty sure that's what he said. All right. Let's see here. Oh, I gotta reset my Windows.
Meat coma. Timmons isn't pulling shift tonight. He's in meat coma.
Well, Jeb never sleeps, so. Or I should say, doesn't have to sleep. Yeah,
Can
and
he
also,
sleep?
I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes he pretends to with his hat over his face just to ignore all of us.
yes, he does.
Especially Timmons.
All right, I don't need that anymore.
He's jealous of your
That
gavel.
anymore. Or that.
He's jealous because Timmons can still fart. Jeb can't fart no more. He doesn't produce gas.
I hear Tivrax.
So you guys end up camped here for about 3 days while they cook and salt all this beef, get it packed in salt for the trip north.
So we get word back from Bayou Vermilion.
You're getting ready to leave. You've not heard anything. You've been here for 3 days. I'm going to advance time.
Well, should we inform the telegraph office to forward the message to the rail boss instead?
Well, I'm sure
Yes.
they probably already went to the rail boss. We should check in with him.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, let us do that.
So
That's
when
a
we
very, very good point, Timmons.
start to leave, we're gonna check in with the rail boss before we get farther away.
Actually, as you're starting to ride out of town, you see this little kid comes running up and he hands you a piece of paper. And it's officially signed and stamped by the telegrapher, whatever the hell it is.
I
That
agree.
sounds fancier.
Do what?
The telegrapher.
Telegrapher.
I like telegrapher.
The ho-
It sounds fancier.
The horse-like telegrapher. Telegrapher.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, so I put a little note in there. Posse leaves the Bayou Vermilion railhead with the cattle-headed Iron Dragon. On this day, July 20th, in the year 1879. And so you guys get ready to leave, and this kid comes running up. And he's got this piece of paper, and it's from the telegraph office, and it is signed to
Alonzo.
no,
No.
to Tebow Chazon.
Are we
Is it
able to
like
read it, or is it like enveloped?
He handed it to one of us. Timmons opened it.
Yep.
What does that say, Timmons? Can you read it to us?
It says, "Are there horse thieves here?" Oh,
Give me that. You can't read.
I can read.
Not very well.
This is not in cursive though. I can only read cursive real well.
Right. Jev will take the message from him and read it aloud.
Okay, it says to Mr. Chazon, if there is any merit to the words of Mr. Perez, please do not proceed further. Stop. Please reroute. Stop. That's all it says.
Pretty simple and straightforward.
It seems you
Well,
are
boys,
successful, gentlemen.
that sounds like good news then. We're not
Well,
going to have a whole bunch of dead passengers when they come to Perdition from Bayou Vermilion.
or the reckoning stuff that was being said. I'm not sure if I believe that, but that was kind of out there.
Reckoning stuff?
You
Oh
see?
yeah, that's right. You weren't there for the story about the Starmen, and the Star People, and the reckoning, and it's weird. I don't quite understand it.
Were they peyote involved?
There was
Well,
something of the sort.
there was something that the guy threw into the fire, but I have no clue what it was.
Yeah, there's a something to make out of cactus out this way that the Indians use sometimes. Yeah, it causes the hallucinations.
I wonder if Jeb could technically suffer hallucinations from peyote and the like.
Is he immune to poison?
Good question.
The mana probably isn't.
The mana?
Whatever the worm is in you.
Oh, Manitou, and it's like a demon.
It's a
It's a
spirit.
worm. I was been watching
Stargate.
SG1. It's a worm. It's a worm.
No, it's a snake.
Either way, let's cut it out of his neck.
Creepy looking.
You guys couldn't ask for better
I
weather. Peaceful, clear skies, as far as you can see, man. Just a beautiful day. Of course, you're not real close to the maze here, but just an absolutely beautiful day for July. It's hot. It's hotter than shit, but it's dry. It's
Timmons
not humid.
wants to go this way and then this way as far as the letting. Around those Indian burial grounds.
So you're gonna take the cattle north, basically, and then you're gonna drive them northwest
Well, that's his suggestion. Go as
through the
far
hills,
as we can get. Don't
northwest
want to
through
get
the
no
hills.
cattle near them hills.
Okay. So you're starting from here, and it's gonna take you 2 days to get to every square. So you guys just basically tell me what you want to do.
Like
And
that.
okay, so the first 2 days we are going to do this.
And then
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, really
Uh-oh,
doesn't
it's a
mean
face card.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything bad.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I just got to run it through the generator.
I was
That's,
looking for some cool plants and I didn't see anything.
that's +8. That is +8. So
No, you were looking for. You're supposed to be looking for danger, and you're admiring the flowers growing along your path.
Well, yeah,
Not-
I'm distracted by all the mooing.
ah,
You would be.
I keep talking to the cows instead of scouting.
okay.
I
So
think that's not you.
you guys on the second day, you are riding along, and Doc Fong, you said that you were gonna like stay out ahead of the herd.
Yeah,
So
and
I'm
I
gonna.
failed my roll.
Oh, you did. Well, you come riding like up out of this gully wash, and you get up onto the higher ground and look out across this plain, and you can see 3 or 4 wagons. And as they kind of come apart, you're not really sure. It's like, are they side by side? You don't know. Maybe there's 6 wagons there. There's a bunch of people around them. It's kind of like just a traveling camp of some kind.
Oh,
Is it a traveling circus?
ooh,
Or
I hope so.
sideshow?
Hey,
Already
Jeb,
had
there's a
pride,
traveling
so-
circus.
Traveling circus.
Timmons, there's a group of people there. Maybe
I
show them
hope
your
it is
gavel.
not a circus. I do not like clowns.
Tim is like,
I was thinking more like a freak show type of circus.
Okay,
So
that's
freaky
that's
clowns.
okay.
Tim is like, I'll ride over there with you. Let's go. Who's going?
Yeah, well, we probably should check it out before the cattle get too close to them.
Yes, they wouldn't want. They might be cattle rustlers.
So we approach on horseback.
Okay. So you approach on horseback, and who all's with you? Who all's in the approaching party?
Timmons, Vinerick. Who else
Okay,
is
this
going?
horse really likes me.
Or Jeb.
Maybe it
Timmons.
likes cows.
Anybody else want to go?
Was that the
I'll
$5
go
horse
too.
with the swayback?
I will go.
Okay, so basically, you tell David Shelton to hold his herd back a little bit, and you guys are going to ride about a half a day ahead to see what the hell's going on here. Doc Fong has come back and said, "Hey, there's this going on." So you guys ride
It'll
up
be
there.
a half a day ahead of the cattle, but
Yeah. You're going to be about a half a day ahead of the cattle, but you're going to ride out ahead, and
Okay.
spend a couple hours to get there because Doc was probably outranging a little ways. And when you get there, it looks like, some of you guys may have seen pictures in the dime novels of gypsies or gypsy caravans, and it kind of looks like that. But they're pretty colorful. Like the wagons are, they're like one of them's yellow and one of them's kind of a teal blue, and
Are they moving? Are they set
no,
up in a
they're
little?
they're set up in a little camp. You can see some people milling around in there, and you hear some guy laughing, ha ha ha, like this, and he goes running away from this camp, right? And 2 or 3 people stand up and they start running away from the camp, and then you guys hear this boom go off, and then you hear from the
Where's
distance.
HG?
Yeah, where's HG?
I don't know where HG is. Do you guys take him with you or not?
Does Mr.
Probably.
HG have a brother?
I
GH?
don't think so.
So
What?
I say he was drinking a thing and would have gone with you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we would have found you before leaving town.
We're in a cattle drive. Where would he have been during the cattle drive? We saw
Hands down
something
the
up
wagon.
ahead.
Probably helping out with the cook staff. He's not going to be very quick.
Yeah, so you probably
You
went
want
with
me
us.
setting off explosives. He's feeling awful tired these days.
No, so he's hanging out. So he didn't go with us.
All right. Well, Jeb
So we all
being a
shrug.
Jeb being a former law dog, urges his horse into a gallop and goes after the man that's cackling and fleeing.
Okay, let's go over there then.
Do you need another roll for that?
Give me a riding roll. Yeah. It's kind of what I figured. Your horse starts going around in circles
Nope.
after you just finished bragging on how well you were doing with this horse.
Here we go. I played a fate chip.
Did you? Okay, so you run, you catch up to this guy. He stops and turns around. He's looking at him and he's laughing. He's slapping his leg like this. Then he stops and he looks up and you're running him down with your horse. And his eyes get about this big around. And he starts yelling something in a language that I don't think you understand.
If it's not English, I don't understand it.
No, but you're pretty I mean, I'm not even going to make you roll for it because you've been around Father Miguel and you've been around Alonzo now, and you know it's Spanish. This guy's either Portuguese or Spanish. You're pretty sure.
Well, I'm not going to run him over, of course. I'm going to pull the horse back and make him rear up, stop to the side. Then I'm going to hop off and ask him, what the hell was that all about?
Does
he understand me?
No, senor, no.
I'm assuming after a few minutes, Alonzo and the group are going to
Catch up.
show up.
So, make a long story short, you basically found a caravan of strange scientists. And these just happen to be affiliated with Mexico. So they've traveled all the way from like Mexico City and they're headed to Salt Lake City.
Okay, so if it
Alonzo.
wasn't like a intentional sort of blowing up,
Well, it was kind of like a big joke. And when you get down to it, it was just a big joke. But anyway, they've got like a lot of little weird knickknacks and stuff for sale, off the wall things, strange looking guns and
These are unusual.
so they don't look like they could be possible cattle rustlers or harm the cattle or the cowboys or anything, right?
hell, they look like they're lucky to be alive out here without any protection. Other than they got explosive stuff with them. And yeah, basically it's a cluster of H.G. Willikers, but they're all different ages. All different ages.
His many bastard children.
And basically they tell you that, hey, we'll trade, we can build things if there's something you want us to build, blah, blah, blah. But they obviously only speaking to Alonzo because I think he's the only one of you guys that speaks Spanish.
Doc Fong speaks Spanish.
Okay, Doc Fong.
Timothy can speak a couple of words. Frijoles.
Taco Tuesday.
Hey, Jeb. Maybe they could make you some kind of mechanical horse because you keep scaring the others.
I don't know. This one seems to be pretty good.
Yes, but look what happens if I make a loud sound. Ah!
He does nothing. He's like half blind, half deaf.
So you guys are welcome to look in the Smith and Robards catalog over there and tell me if there's anything like really strange that might be possible these guys could build for you. But I do reserve the right to refuse all suggestions. But do I even have that loaded? Is that available? Let's see, modules.
I see it.
Okay.
I don't think Jeb's really interested in mechanical devices.
How long would some of this stuff take to build, though? I mean,
Well, hell, you guys could camp here with them. It'd be tomorrow before the herd of cattle even got here, and then they'd ride on. You catch up to them the next day. You could spend 2 days here, and
I feel like Timmons should get some auto incendiary shotgun rounds.
that's what I was thinking. Some ammo.
so
Well,
out here
how
in
do
the
you?
desert, getting to do a little bit of shopping all on a random encounter. I love the encounter generator in here.
Where's the list of stuff that's in the catalog? I'm looking in the library.
Go to the library and open up Smith and Robards.
It's under. Go to the catalog and scroll to the bottom.
Artwork.
No, right above that where it says catalog of wondrous inventions.
Oh, there it is.
Open that and scroll to the bottom. Yeah. How much money do I have?
Conveyances. Ooh.
I have no money.
You broke.
I'm broke.
Where did you find that at, Jingo? Did you say go through the library or go through the items menu?
Go to the library, open the
Oh.
catalog,
Yeah.
go down to the entry catalog of wondrous inventions, and open that. And it's at the bottom of that window.
Catalog of wondrous inventions. Okay. Yeah, no, obviously they're not going to build you an airship or anything like that, but potions or elixirs and tonics, as we prefer to call them, because potions is for people who believes in that hoodoo and witchcraft. However you would say that in Spanish, I have no idea.
Trying to remember what the Spanish word for witch is. I cannot offhand.
Is it like Bruja or something?
Bruja is witch or wizard or sorcerer. Yes.
There's Hungan
Great
or
fire.
Hugin. Hugin is the Cajun name for like a voodoo priestess.
The inebriating tonic. I really kind of want to slip some to HG and see what happens.
Alonso, how do you not have any money? You'd have some money, I would think. You got into this thing at what, 10 advances or something like
I
that?
think I just added some basic equipment and never asked about money.
Yeah, roll me 2d10 divided by 2. Just roll me 2d10. So, yeah, you got 130 gold on you, $130. In folding money. Honey,
A
I
hat
don't
gun?
need change. Baby, I need folding money.
Hat periscope.
A hat periscope. Yeah,
There are times when poking your head out from behind cover to have a look around can be bad for your health. If you buy one of our ingenious hat periscopes, you can reconnoiter dangerous situations with no risk to your person.
Go gadget periscope.
$200. Pulling down on your hat string opens a panel in the top of the hat and extends the periscope upward. At the same time, a small new piece extends downward in front of your right eye.
Now, I would say that you'd have to have more than $130, being a kind of adventurous sort, gambler kind of.
260.
Yeah, well, I was going to think about $500 anyway. He probably wouldn't left Mexico City with that $500 to get him where he was going. Of course, not sure why he's here.
Nobody has ever asked.
Yeah, why are you with us, Alonzo?
Well, I had to leave town. You see, um, my mother died when I was young, and my father recently he remarried a much younger and very attractive woman, and I kind of seduced her, and so father is very angry at me, and so I had to
Oh,
leave town.
shit.
Oh my, that's quite the affair.
Albert's looking at you and just nods his head in approval.
Of course you do.
All right, so give you guys a chance to
In
shop
my
there.
defense, they were not yet married.
No, okay, that does help. Probably not so much with your father though.
I would never mess with a married woman. I am honorable.
At least knowingly.
So the marker
I mean,
on the Southern California map is going to represent the herd of cattle. You guys are going to be, a half a day's ride beyond that. Wilbur. All right. So as a matter of fact, there are no cattle here right now because there's no cattle. Stop, cattle. Stop.
I didn't hear any cattle.
Serious?
I haven't heard cattle in a little while actually.
Yeah.
That's probably because let's see if my Sirenscape shut right down.
Lonzo is buying smoke pellets.
Smoke pellets.
See,
I looked at those. I was like, not so much a Timmons thing.
Smoke pellets.
Albert wants some
I like the
wild, awesome
revivification
sauce.
elixir. $2,000 a dose.
I wonder what that would do to Jeb.
I don't know. I wouldn't waste $2,000 in trying it though.
Agreed. But you're
Yeah.
rich. $2,000.
Yeah, but
Throwing away
I'm rich,
money.
but I don't have $2,000 on me.
True.
I don't think.
Probably not. You left all your money like you were going to set up a bank or something, and I'm not sure what you did with your money.
Well, I don't know if even that's happened yet. We requested money to be shipped out. Both me and Alonzo, or not Alonzo.
Well, right
Albert.
you're 2 days ride east of Perdition. So you could probably ride in. You're going to cross the tracks eventually up here.
There are mechanical mules.
Well, Timmons has money on his character sheet, but not 10,000 or nothing. What has he got on his sheet?
Hey, Timmons, perhaps you can convince them to
I'll just
set up
say,
shop in
let's just say that you guys all took at least $500 with you. Let's just do that. So you've all got $500 spending money with these guys.
Yeah, Timmons has got $1,200 on him, but
I said we have less than what we have on our character sheet then? Am I limited to 500?
What's that, HG?
I was at my character sheet, I'm listed as 4,583 silver dollars. 414 desert rope.
So are you
That would
carrying
be a
that
lot.
around with you in your saddlebags or what?
No. Actually, a bunch of it was in gold dollars, but we didn't have enough room for currencies. So you had me reduce it all just to silvers.
You also had a bunch of gold bars and stuff that I'm assuming you guys left all that stuff in Perdition.
Yeah, it was on. Those were on like the players.
Yeah, we had talked about getting a vault.
Oh, you did order
I
a
think
vault. You ordered one. You were having it shipped
Mhm.
from Chicago or something. Denver.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
that's
sure
right.
where.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
it's probably
getting a vault from wherever we can get it, but Timmons sent for a Chicago lawyer.
Okay.
Remember to come out.
Yep. A Chicago
most of
lawyer to
that
come
was
out here where there's no court, no law. Wait,
There will be though
is that why you sent for him?
to do some legal banking.
Ah, gotcha.
Perhaps he could become the judge for perdition
He,
too.
he wants it. He wants it all like legalized, like the bank and whatever he's doing here, like by somebody outside of perdition. Bigwig, you know.
Well, we'll just remove whatever
Hey, here's a
money
fun one.
penalties
The
that you guys
Ally
have.
goggles
Well, the
are
only thing that
code.
Timmons wants would be ally goggles and some flash rounds. Ally goggles.
They're Ally
Goggles.
Googles.
I heard
So,
Google.
ally.
Sorry, yeah, they are Googles.
The description says
I can
goggles,
browse
but
the internet. I can browse the
do they
internet
really
while we're
say that?
traveling.
Ally
look,
Googles. Which, what are
in the
they
description
underneath?
it says amazing goggles.
Miscellanea? Or what are they underneath?
I don't know. I was
Gotta
looking at
be.
everything, but I'm gonna buy a pair of those.
What are
I
they?
wish I could share stuff with
Allied?
the. Can I put this in chat? Won't let me put it in chat. Oh, yeah, only records which you own. Let me see if
Ally
I can find them again.
goggles. Ally Googles.
You just go to items and search for
Al
I bet.
Al dash I or Al dash I.
What are they, like night
It
vision
does
things?
say it
Yeah,
does
they're
say
night vision goggles.
it does say ally Google.
Ally Googles. Well, then that's what they are. They're Ally Googles.
Is that anything like googly eyes?
They are now.
Ally Googles.
I bought a few ally ointments.
These amazing these amazing goggles use a pair of large magnifying lenses attached to parabolic reflectors to reflect and amplify the available ambient light. So you look like what's his name from Trailer Park Boys?
Oh.
Lilac, liquor, and horse. Liquor and horse.
Is there actually an item you could drag onto my inventory?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, I
actually
was
an
able
item.
to. Yeah, you just have to make sure to do it to mundane. Also, it's got to be like in the middle, not the top.
Is there anything specific you wanted, Alonzo? You might have had enough money to buy
Smoke
something.
pellets,
Smoke pellets?
smoke pellets, and some ally ointments. That's all I'm interested in.
Okay. All right. So
Now, the ally ointment is so that you can cure them of their ally Googles, right?
Correct.
what? You guys
I just
fucking
spend
with
my
me?
500 on suction boots.
What? Suction boots? Uh,
I'm actually making fun of their mistake in the module, not you.
They should make a self-lighting pipe. I'm gonna have to talk to HG about this.
I think they actually make those though. There's like a little lighter on the side. You hold the pipe and you go click and pull.
It seems like it should be a thing.
suction boots grant the wearer the ability to walk on walls at half pace. Yeah, Those are something that these guys would have. As long as it's relatively smooth or flat. So like, rough stone stuff, they wouldn't work. But yeah, you could go up walls and stuff with your suction boots. HG.
And did you see this? If you roll snake eyes while using your ally Googles, they make it too bright and cause you to be blinded if you fail a roll for 1d6
Yeah, I saw
days.
that.
Yeah, they all have downsides if you fuck it up.
I was looking at the armor, which seems pretty neat, and then like if you fail that, it sets you on fire. If you fail a soak roll.
Oh wow. You mean crit fail?
Yeah, if you crit fail.
Actually,
There
they
is
got a suit of that they're willing to give you guys, one of you guys, to wear if you'll wear it. It's got their logo displayed on it.
You know what? I'm half tempted to do it, but
El Loco Scientitos. Great big patch on the back of this armor. Some wild awesome sauce.
It's not as good as Justin's stuff down in New Orleans.
So you guys finished with your shopping? Did you guys get what you wanted? Are we moving on? We moving to cattle?
Oh, I would like one of those fancy dragon robes that make people in Shanfan like you, but they're really, really expensive because it's a fancy robe that people in Shanfan like.
I don't think these guys sell dragon robes. We sell things that do things. Doesn't have to look pretty. Like, look at this. See this? And he gives you this can. Just looks like a can of peaches without a label on it.
Is this
Doc
a can
Fong.
of beans?
No, I said, shake it.
Okay. Shake, shake, shake.
And you shake it, and it starts going faster and faster and faster until your fucking arm's doing this shit right.
What is
it's a
this?
shake weight. It's a shake weight.
I'm gonna say, here, Jeb, try this, and try to throw it at him.
Jeb will intentionally step to the side and let it just fall to the ground.
Now I can see 1,000 uses for that.
Could you tell me one, please?
Well, how about this then? And he hands you this thing about all this long. Looks like a cigar. It's got a little twist knob in the end of it.
Oh, what's this?
When you twist it, it starts going. It vibrates.
How awkward. That will be hard to smoke. Your cigar is very shaky.
That's not a cigar. That's for sore muscles. See, and he pushes on your neck right there.
Oh.
He says there's also another use for him, but I can't tell anybody. It's going to be my $1 million idea. He says this in Spanish, of course.
Yes. Jump here. Look at this. It will fix your muscles.
So yeah, they got lots of useful gadgets. So suction boots, hell, that's nothing.
Oh,
and
I have a
smoke
wonderful
pellets.
idea.
I don't know what the fuck smoke pellets are, but I'm sure they got smoke pellets.
What if you got a hat that had a little arm pop out of it that had your business card? And then Timmons, you could go up to people and say, here, have our business card. And the little arm will pop up and deliver it.
At least it's rememberable.
You could smack him if you want to, Timmons. I'll give you
Timmons
a
has got
+4.
He's playing with his goggles. He's like,
Are you? Roll the dice.
Uh-oh.
what was it, vigor?
I know, if you use it as a skill for like a notice roll.
Yep.
Trying to notice things far away and dark.
Yep.
So it's a notice.
Yep. So you're putting these on in the middle of the daytime, and you start dialing them in. So give me a notice roll.
That might go right to the vigor roll.
And so close.
Oh wait, I don't have fear.
But
How do you take fear off? The 2 still.
So
it's on the main tab.
Yeah, it's on the main tab. You can
Great
take it off. So it's a 2. You got it too.
Trade
It wasn't one, but you feel your eyes start to just fucking burn like hell, and you yank the things off real quick, and you're seeing like this big, like this spot of white that moves everywhere where you look. Just a big old blur of white right in the middle.
Demons, I have an idea. What if you put yours on and then I put mine on top of them? Think of all the dark you could see through.
You might want to wait till it's dark.
Tim is like, yeah, this is burning my retinas out. I think I peed a little. What?
Luckily,
You
between
said main tab. I don't see no fear.
Trait.
trait tab is what I meant to say.
Oh, I see the
trait
little
tab.
Meow. Who
squiggly.
just sat
I
on the
see
cat?
little-
No, that was me. She had her hand on the USB plug for my cam, and I was trying to move it and her away a little bit, and she didn't like it.
That one time, my cat definitely got mad at me and unplugged the internet.
I think he's done that multiple times, hasn't he?
It was only one time because he was mad at me. The other time just because he's a cat. This time he said meow first and then did it.
All right, so you guys finish your shopping. You ride back. You let them know there's nothing to worry about. This would be a good time if anybody did want to ride to Perdition and take care of any business, and then try to hook up with the posse later. If you know, this would be an ideal time. You may not get back to Perdition for a while. You may. I don't know.
What if HG makes some sort of rocket to fly there and back?
He might go boom.
You don't even know
I'm
what
for
He
that.
always
rocket
goes
is.
boom.
Well, you probably would. You're Chinese.
Well, we stopped by the rail guy, right? The surveyor, and gave him the note.
You did.
We did that, right?
You did.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't see any reason we need to go to Perdition.
Okay. So you've
Not
got
unless
you've
y'all
got.
wanted to
Oh,
Well, I think you left people there to take care of stuff. HG's got the Chinese doing
Well, we kind of put
whatever.
the vice mayor in charge.
Yep. You've got
and
money
another
coming
idea
in, a
is
safe coming in.
Joker.
Okay.
when we get to the next railhead, we could hire someone to deliver a message by hand, if we need to.
or just do a telegraph.
The other one's also not connected to Perdition yet, though.
Well, let's see how we progress here then, as the cattle drive proceeds. Go ahead and, like I said, you can move a half a space in any direction. So you're right there, and the next day.
I think we should just go through this valley.
So that was 1, 2.
That sounds good.
2 days. Okay. All right. So you move here. You're heading that direction. Oh. And we'll see what
another page
happens.
turn.
We'll see what happens next week. Is it still rolling?
Shit.
Look over there.
Oh, Doc scouting. Yeah, very good. Well, we'll see what happens next week because it's the top of the quitting hour right here, and I'll roll something up and we'll see what happens out here on the plains because it is a black king, and
Black is bad.
I think
Always,
yes, yeah, pretty much.
especially if it's a spade. I think no, actually, I think
I thought
clubs
it was
are
a
worse.
club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clubs
clubs
are
are
worse, but yeah. So we'll have to see what the random encounter generator in the flood comes up with for these guys. Oh God bless America! Yeah, Gorgio, thank you.
Yeah.
He got me for.
I think he's been waiting for that one.
I have.
Giorgio's like a destructive ninja.
Well, I appreciate it, Gorgio, and Murder Hobo Show thanks you too. I'm sure he'll come along here eventually. Matter of fact, let's go see who's out there in
Twitch land.
Crater.
yeah, but it's never Duff's never streaming Thursday nights. It's somebody else. Moogle Muffins, Diesel Shot, Tabletop RPGs. Lord
Yeah, there you go.
Kazuma. Let's go do that. Let's go do Diesel Shot. Let's start a raid with Diesel. See what he's doing. I got 2 viewers, 4 viewers. The number's going up. And thank you all. Tomorrow night we'll be here for Vino's Against the Ion Throne, Starfinder. Drake's doing
Part 2.
Chult tomorrow night on Drake Takes.
Empire of the Ghouls.
Or Empire of the Ghouls. Matacuri's going to DM that.
Clyde.
Yeah, watch both of them.
Yeah, watch
We leveled
both
up
of
and
them.
everything.
Just come to one channel and get hooked up with everybody. So thank y'all for coming by. Thanks for the sub and Gorgio and the cheer bits, everybody. Tell them bye. We'll see you next Thursday.